And good morning again, everyone. We're continuing to see severe thunderstorm warnings issued for parts of the Northwoods early this morning. The latest one is for parts of Langley County. This one covers a lot in parts of, for our viewing area, Marathon County, as well as parts of Langley County. And that warning will expire at 3 a.m. This storm is racing off to the east pretty quickly at 60 miles per hour and is capable of producing 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. There has been some hail showing up on radar, but those haven't been that big of an issue. The biggest issues have been that wind. So as we take a look at things right now with the radar, we still have this warning up for parts of our northern counties early, for parts of Forest County. I would not be surprised to see this trend back soon. This one's supposed to expire at 3, but it's almost out of the warning box. This one's at least out of our viewing area, so we don't have to worry about this storm. It's this storm right here that's moving off to the east pretty quickly. So if you live in the path of the storm, make sure to keep an eye on that. And they're also starting to trim this warning back now as we're talking about it. So updates are coming in as things develop. So zoom things out, give you a little bit of a bigger picture here. So the latest that we're seeing with this storm is tracking onto the south and east, a little bit more of an easterly direction, but a little bit of southeast too. And it is kind of blowing up too. You can see we're seeing more lightning with this, and more of these storms will continue to get, more of these warnings will continue to get issued for a little bit as long as these storms continue to hit severe criteria. But this isn't the only game in town. We also have a warning in effect for parts of Wood County. This one has been issued because it's also showing some winds up to around 60 miles an hour, as this one is also moving off to the south and east. The latest words coming out from the National Weather Service showing 60-mile-an-hour winds and penny-sized hail. And it's moving east a little bit to the southeast also at around 40 miles per hour, so not as quick. So if you live in Wisconsin Rapids, be ready for this one. Make sure to get anything inside. If it's outside, that could blow around. And of course, make sure to stay away from windows and doors. We don't need any of those blowing around too. So let's kind of talk about some of the hail. We've been seeing some hail with this showing up on the hail tracker. It's been kind of pulsing up and down. We've been seeing that all night long, and that will continue to be the case for a little bit. So let's zoom things down. The biggest eye that we have is across parts of Wood County, just outside of our viewing area. We're seeing some hail returns up to around an inch. So storms are looking pretty impressive as they do so, and that will continue to be the theme coming up. So let's kind of recap things here. We're seeing more of these storms moving off to the east, a little bit to a southeasterly direction. Some areas up to 60 miles an hour, like that storm in Langley County. And of course, Wood County, not as quick, maybe just a little bit slower. So let's kind of dive in here a little bit. So here's kind of what we're looking at. So let's zoom in and kind of break things down. So Antigo is getting hit very hard with lots of lightning. White Lake seeing some too. Hutchins, Menominee, this will be hitting you soon also. And again, not so much in the way of hail with this one. It's going to be mainly a damaging wind threat. It's moving pretty quickly. And yes, radar is showing some of this. A new scan just in. So if you live along Highway 47 near Norwood, I would be ready for this. And a couple of small villages showing up on the screen too. And that's also going to be causing some winds close to severe criteria. It's really 58 miles an hour, but we're seeing 57-mile-per-hour wind gusts, at least indicated by radar. And the beam shooting up into the atmosphere quite a ways from Green Bay, so that's not right at the surface, but this is reaching the surface at National Weather Service in Green Bay has decided to pull the warning for this system and for this storm. So as we pan down towards parts of Wood County, again, Wisconsin Rapids, you're not seeing a whole lot at the moment. But we're seeing in Pittsville, they're getting hit hard right now with plenty of rain and a little bit of wind too. As we kind of loop this through, we are seeing some of this wind moving in, and it's definitely going to be causing a little bit of frustration for a little bit too, especially if you have some loose items outside. So I would say stay inside, stay away from windows and doors, because we've had reports of lots of trees down across the northern parts of the viewing area. And with that in mind, let's kind of talk about that. We've had wind blow through, knock trees down, which has also hit power lines. So we've seen lots of wind damage tonight from these storms, especially across parts of Oneida County, Vilas County, and as well as parts of Price County. Let's kind of flash those up here on the screen. Some of these are old, but the ones I can tell you are not old is the one in Rhinelander where there was a hail report earlier today. Phillips, I should say, we're seeing reports of power lines down because of a tree. So lots of trees knocked down. Lac de Flambeau also seeing some reports of trees down. Time has been estimated by radar in that regard. That was, of course, early this morning. And in parts of Vilas County, we had reports of thunderstorm wind damage, more trees down. And as we use the pointer here to really kind of point out where we're seeing This one was also trees down. This one's current. This one's current. And of course, this one is current. So let's kind of zoom things out and give you one last look at things, and we'll get ready to send you back to regular programming. So to recap all the warnings, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning up for parts of Forest County and Langley County. One of those will expire at 3 a.m. There's also a second one that includes Antigo. That one's the core of the storm is moving through now. It's going to be moving out of our viewing area soon in parts of Shawano County and parts of Menominee County. So it'll be out of our hair soon. So Antigo, just hang in there, and White Lake, hang in there. Yeah, just a little bit more with this. Town of Langley, hang in there too. This will be out of here soon. So it's moving again east, a little bit to a southeasterly direction. The latest information coming in from the Weather Service showing that again at around 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and moving quickly to the east, a little bit to the southeast, also at around 60 miles per hour. Lastly, we will touch on that Wood County storm again. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Wood County. That one will expire at 3:15. Again, if you live in Wisconsin Rapids, Babbitt, you're getting hit pretty hard right now. But yeah, Wisconsin Rapids, be ready. This one's going to be causing some frustrations for you. And again, just be prepared. That's all we really need to do with these storms. Just be ready. Some of these may cause stuff to blow around. Some trees might get knocked down. So yeah, just be ready. These storms will be out of here soon. But for now, we'll send you back to regular programming and break in as needed.